Well, Matt, it's been a busy week on and off the pitch. Start with the on the pitch first, and two very different types of games with two very pleasing results.
Yes, to come off a good draw at Grimsby, we're certainly looking forward to the 3 home games in 7 days. A really good side and a tough team, Mansfield. I'm sure they'll be there or thereabouts come the end of the season, but especially a really good first half performance. But then the response after their equaliser, which we were felt a little bit hard done by with it not being a free kick, and they've obviously got good delivery, and Hawkins is always a threat when the ball comes in the box. So to find ourselves 1-0 and another great response, the substitutions made, and especially Tope scoring the goal, 2 weeks running coming off the bench, really pleasing for him and for us, because I felt we deserved it. And that took us into our first Papa John's game of the season, arguably the best academy in the country. Some of the players they've got on show, and I believe the lad who got sent off, someone told me after the game, I think he's been signed for 12 million from Inter Milan. So they're not only producing the best players from this country, they're also looking elsewhere as well for that talent. And there certainly was a hell of a lot of talent on show, and we got some very good players. But I thought we were very well organised and very good without the ball, and certainly caused them problems with the ball as well. And yes, they had a couple of chances, but so did we. And I think it was a good, entertaining game. And I'm again pleased with a clean sheet, and that we come on the right side with freshening the team up as well, like we did last year. And just goes to show that I'm really happy with the quality and strength and depth we've got in the squad. It really gives me options and headaches, if you like, for every position on the pitch. And no, it's been a pleasing week for us so far, and we've just got to back it up against another tough team, a team we know really well and a manager we know well. But of course, we're expecting a tough game tomorrow, but it'd be lovely if we just put another result on the board, and we'll be working hard to do that.
I was just going to say that about Wednesday. It was almost a perfect night. You managed to freshen the squad up, play against really high quality opposition, and win the game. Particularly the young front two, both given starts and both doing well. It must have been a very, very, very good night all round.
Yes, it was. Like you say, the 2 young boys making their first starts for the club. Very pleasing from both of them. Yeah, I think the only downside was a Sam Hart injury early on, which is, I feel really sorry for him, and it's been a huge blow after the layoff he's had with the it wasn't concussion, but the dizziness and the head problems that he had, which stopped him training and waiting for us to get the all clear. So when we get the all clear, he's looked really fit and strong in training, but then plays his first game, and after 5 minutes just feels a little tweak in his hip flexor there. So I feel really sorry for him, and it's a real shame, because I know he's going to be a big player for us over the season, and I'm just desperate to try and get him fit and get him on the pitch and add in that competition to Rob like we have got all over the pitch.
So, as I say, it was excellent two games on the pitch. We'll come on to Harrogate in a minute, but off the pitch as well, it's been a busy week. 3 players added through as the transfer window closure approached. Now it's closed. Have you ended up with what you wanted?
Definitely, yeah, really pleased. It's obviously a very difficult month, the month of August, once the season starts and people see where they're at. And a bit like us, really. Suddenly, you're not really in the market for a centre half because of the 3 good ones that we've got with Goodliff, John, and Kobe Rowe. But then suddenly, the unfortunate injury and news and the layoff that Goody's got to have now throws us back into the market, into that position, and that's what you're competing with a lot of other clubs. So to get Aaron Pierre in, someone I've come across many times over the years, but a real man, a real leader, great character, strong. As I say, a winner. He's been around the block. He's played in League One. He's played in League Two. So for the timing to be right, it's a great location for him. He literally lives around the corner from the training ground. He's a London boy. So for him to come back home and be part of what we're doing and add competition into Kobe and Louis for that centre half spot is a real good signing for us. He's not quite up to speed just yet. He hasn't had a pre-season, been training with anyone. So as much as I'd love to have played him against Chelsea and got him some minutes, I just feel I might have to be careful with him over the next couple of weeks. I don't want him to break down and suddenly we're with him injured as well. So I feel it's right just managing his progress over the next couple of weeks to get the right training sessions into him to know when he does then come and play for us, which won't be long, that he's really up to speed and ready to go. And then, as I say, I'm sure he's going to be a big player for us. And then Charlie Kendall is someone we've known, and also I've got a good relationship with Danny Bloor at Eastbourne, and he speaks really highly of Charlie. And Jez George was excellent to deal with at Lincoln, and they think really highly of him as well. And he's a real live one. He's got a real good work ethic about him. He wants to run in behind. He's quick. He's got goals with him, all types of goals. He's 2-footed. So it just gives us another dimension there that I felt we need, or sort of a replacement for Alafe, if you like. And I'm really pleased to eventually get Charlie, someone we were close to and looked like we had done a couple of weeks ago, but it's just always the way, isn't it? You know, just waiting for other things and other pieces, jigsaws elsewhere to fall into place. But, you know, we got Charlie in and we're delighted with that. And then
presumably when you saw that they signed Jack Diamond on loan from Sunderland, you weren't massively disappointed.
No, he's a top player. Jack Diamond did so well for Harrogate last year. So, you know, it's sort of like a bit of a knock-on effect. I think that then freed Charlie up to then come out to us. So that's how it works. So, yeah, really pleased to get Charlie with us. And then the goalkeeping situation, you know, I've said several times that I feel I need 3, and I've been really impressed and delighted with Brad House. I think he's had his injury problems over the years, but he's really come back fit. His body's in great shape. I just feel he needs a run of games now, Brad, and I just feel he needs to go out and have a good run of games at a good club. And he's certainly one for the future, Brad. He'll be competing for our #1 spot very soon. But to be able to allow him to go out on loan, I want that real strong competition. And like I have said, I want it in every position. And to allow Brad to go out and then just leaves me with Jack, that I needed to bring that other one in, and to bring Lewis Ward in again, who I've come across a few times over the years. Andy Little's also worked with him as well. So character-wise and player-wise, he speaks really highly of him. And Jack's come in at the start of the season. Been really impressed with Jack, both on and off the pitch. And he's got the shirt, certainly. But Lewis Ward will add brilliant competition there, and they'll be fighting for that out. And that's what I want. And so I'm delighted to get him in for that reason, to put Jack under pressure, but also to allow Brad to go and have that run of games that I feel he needs to really kick on his career. And he's a good young age, and yeah, doing well for the future.
Looking forward to tomorrow's game against Harrogate. Obviously, the new guys have come in, so you've got very selection thoughts about that one. But Harrogate have made several deadline signings as well. Does that make sort of going into the game a bit more tricky, because you're not entirely sure? You know, they've signed 4 players yesterday. You're not entirely sure how they might line up yet.
Yeah, it does, Tony. Yeah, spot on. They've been playing 3-5-2 most of the season. They changed at half time in Papa John's on Tuesday night, changed shape back to what they tend to play last season. They've also had a few injuries, or a few coming back, and then you had the four ones they signed on deadline day yesterday. There certainly is a little bit of uncertainty going into the game. I'm sure once we get their team sheet and we start the game, that we'll soon get to grips of what they're trying to do. And again, making sure we get that detail right when we haven't got the ball, and obviously totally respect them and see what they're trying to do, but then obviously try and impose ourselves at home and the variety of how we can play, and really trying to get off to a good start, and hopefully get another 3 points on the board.
I think Dior Angus was one of the 4 that I noticed particularly. We've come across before, I think with Barrow mainly, but he's always caused us problems in the past, and it's a test for us.
Yeah, a really good player. Someone who plays on the shoulders. He's got certainly got a goal in him. He's quick. He's mobile. No, he's a very good signing for them. A player I like. And Josh Coley as well, who's coming from Exeter, who was at Maidenhead, who we came across there in the National League. So the 2 players we know quite well. And then they brought 2 loan players in as well from Middlesbrough and Huddersfield. So yeah, they're players that they're added into their squad, and I'm sure they'll all be involved tomorrow.
You freshened the side up on Wednesday for the Chelsea game. In view of looking at it tomorrow, were you given a few headaches by some of the performances on Wednesday? Yeah,
because there were some good performances, and like I said, it was a really good week for us this week with the 2 results. But the unfortunate thing was the injuries to Sam. But Omar's back in training as well. He trained fully this morning, So yeah, I've got good options all round, and yeah, we'll be picking that team and squad to hopefully keep this little run that we're on going.
It was good to see Will Randall back last Saturday. He missed out on Wednesday, but presumably that was just a precaution.
He wasn't injured, yeah. No, just because he had a bit of a layoff. Will with the dead leg. I didn't want to force him playing this 3 in a week, so that was just being sensible with Will. Luke came in and did really well, and Enzio, and obviously then Josh coming off the bench, and yeah, Will just wasn't in the squad just because I felt he just needed a couple of training sessions. And I didn't need to risk him in the game, so no, we're all good.
And no other injury worries apart from Sam Hart going into the game.
No, Luke's picked up just had a little muscle strain there, so we'll see how Luke is, but he's not too bad at all. No, apart from that, we're all good.
And just to mention tomorrow's game, he's been talking about the Her Game 2 initiative, which tomorrow's game is sort of supporting from Sutton United. Our women's team are going to be down there. It's an important thing to support the women's game and the Her Game 2 campaign.
Definitely, and as I said, I've been to watch a couple of the women's games already and been really impressed with them. I believe our under-11 girls team are the mascots as well. And I know Sarah, one of our supporters, is really pushing it, which is great. And it's really important because, especially as the big community club that we are, and to have all the women's section there come to support us, just like we're looking to support them, and our club is certainly as one, and we're looking to support that campaign at tomorrow's game.
Well, it's been a busy week, so on and off the pitch. We look forward to hope for a successful conclusion to it tomorrow. Thanks for talking to us, Matt, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Brilliant. Cheers, Tony. Thanks a lot.